How do you think that's, for both of you, how do you think that's changed now? I know that was obviously, 2000, there was the internet bubble, there was a lot of there's a lot of money. I don't think we're necessarily in that position right now in a lot of companies where money is very abundant. I do feel like there's still not enough resources, from what I'm seeing. There's still a few resources, but not as much money going around for that. So do you think that changes the idea or the concept of beta?
No, not at all. And in fact, with less money, there's it turns out an increased need because you have even fewer people to get everything done. The thing that I've seen in my experience up close, 100%, once a company gets a taste of a well-run beta program, they never turn back. They have to have it. It becomes a mandatory part of the equation because they see the ROI. They get it. Until they experience it, oftentimes they don't get it, but that's what it takes. I think in terms of changes in the industry, I mean, there have definitely been a lot of changes, now that, everybody is doing some form of Agile, or at least pretends to be. There's a lot more, iterative releases out there, and that lends itself to the idea of Delta testing, which I know you guys have coined, which is great. I know like at Sling, we were basically doing that. We kind of organically, we just didn't know what to call it yet. So thank you. So and what I mean by that is, you could have a large scale beta program that is perfect for a new product going out to the market for the first time. But once you're iterating on an existing product, that changes the equation a little bit in terms of best practices. And also in terms of what you can get away with. You don't have to have so many people, et cetera. And so that's where Delta comes in, and where it's this ongoing process, and you're just constantly iterating. And it's just the next step after QA.
The other part you've seen that I've experienced here in the change from then to now, beta itself is better understood. Back then, the problem with beta fundamentally is that beta is both a stage and it's a process. So when you would try to have that conversation, oh yeah, we do beta. And you'd always have to go, well, can you tell me about that? And they're like, well, yeah, it's being QA'd and our product's in beta right now. Well, who's testing? Well, our QA testers. So obviously that's not how we would define beta. And I'm like, then you're not doing beta at all. So since then, that's now, you can have a conversation of that everybody's kind of coming from the same world when you're talking about beta. That it is truly a product that's out in the field, that your testers or proxy for the testers, nowadays we have Dogfooding that would be potentially your customers, but it's out in the real world. Somebody is either testing it as either proxy for your testers or your testers and giving you feedback during a set period of time or over time, if you will. That's where you can have a common conversation with just about anyone in any field now with data, when it comes to beta. Yeah. So I think that's one of the biggest changes that I've seen since then. And of course, the methodologies, the experience that people have, the different products and what they can get from it, the value extracted from it for different teams, whether it's the engineering, QA teams, the product teams, the UX, CX people, and even just straight marketing or promotion purposes are all kind of pulling from it today, much more than they ever were back in the 2000s, which was mostly a quality play back then.